Hey there, it's good to have you join me for Science and Innovation History. Last week, we explored the fascinating journey of the computer. This week, we continue that story with a focus on Africa, a continent whose contributions to computing are often overlooked. Today, we will be celebrating the African pioneers whose breakthroughs shaped the digital age and paved the way for the innovations we enjoy today. Yes, you heard me right. But let's go on the short break. When we return, it'll be time for us to get to meet our pioneers in computing. Don't forget, my name is Chinatu Oji. Welcome back. Known as Bill Gates of Africa, although he doesn't use that title himself, Philip Emeagwali in 1989 developed algorithms that use 65,000 processors to perform billions of calculations per second. He went on to solve the problem of simulating oil reservoir flow, helping petroleum engineers find oil more efficiently. Can you beat that? Philip was awarded the Gordon Bell Prize for high-performance computing. His work in parallel computing influenced the architecture of modern supercomputers. His life inspired and continues to inspire young Africans to pursue STEM education despite limited resources. If I were to describe Emeagwali, I'd say he's a man who showed up that African minds could be innovative and able to thrive against all odds.
My name is Philip Emeagwali. I am a supercomputer scientist. Right now, the state of the art is the fiber optic lines that is connecting the eastern and southern regions of Africa to India and to Europe and to the global internet community at fast, high bandwidth rate, and makes it possible for somebody in Lagos to surf at the same speed as somebody in London.
Of course, a shout out to Philip, but let's go ahead. Widely called the father of the internet in Africa, Ni Koino returned to Africa after studying in the US to set up computer science programs. In the 1990s, he established Network Computer Systems, NCS, providing Ghana's first reliable internet services. Koino pushed for African participation in global internet governance. He served on boards of ICANN, meaning Internet Corporation for Assigned Names and Numbers, and AFRINIC, meaning African Network Information Center. He advocated for Africans to be producers of internet content, not just consumers, and he also mentored countless tech leaders across West Africa.
Now let's come to ourselves. Now, in the case of the internet, you can see that in 1991, most of Africa did not have much of internet other than email. But within a period of about 6, 7, 8 years, at least we had internet in capital cities, and we're then struggling on how to extend it to secondary cities. If you look at the case of, let's say, Bitcoin nodes, it shows what's on the left. Now, it may just be because we are from the south, leveraging the infrastructure in the north. So that's the warning I'm giving, that we must pay attention to developing the infrastructure in the south as well. I'm not saying don't host overseas. I'm saying if you host some things overseas, you should host some things down here also. Otherwise, you're only contributing to the development of infrastructure in the West, widening the gap.
Shout out to Koino, the digital divide narrowed. He believed that Africans deserve not just access to the internet, but a voice in shaping its future. Now look where we are. Adenike Oyinlola Osofisan made history in 1989 as the first Nigerian woman to earn a PhD in computer science from Obafemi Awolowo University, Ile-Ife. Rising to prominence through the 1990s, she championed computer science education, encouraged women in technology, and advanced ICT development in Nigeria. In 2006, she became the first African woman appointed professor of computer science, cementing her legacy as a trailblazer. Beyond research and teaching, she has held key leadership roles, including Dean at the University of Ibadan, and continues to inspire future generations of African women in STEM. She challenged gender norms and opened doors for young women in computing. This one makes me so happy for various and obvious reasons.
I went to Comprehensive High School Ayito for my A levels, and I was in the physics, chemistry, biology class. In those days, the school start comes out after we started the A levels. So when the school start result came out, I did very well. So our guidance counselor then, Mr. Olumide Kuti, who is now Dr. Kuti, called us one by one on what we like to become in life. So when it came to my turn, I said I would like to be a medical doctor. Then he said something like, Nick, I know you have ability to read medicine, but I think you'd be a good computer scientist. And that was the first time I was hearing that word. I've never had computer science before. So I said, Mr. Kuti, what's computer science? He said, go to the library and find out. And I had to bring a semi-American Western state of Nigeria school, very well equipped. Today, you have said the facilities I made use of as an HSC student in Ayetoro, you can hardly find it in any Nigerian universities of today, and I mean every word I am saying. So I went to the library in 1968, and I found a book on computer science in 1968, and I read through that book, and I read the history of Ada Lovelace, the first acclaimed programmer, not woman programmer, the first acclaimed programmer in the world. Oh my God, I would like to be like this woman. So I went back to Mr. Kuti and said, Mr. Kuti, I want to read that your computer science. That was my exact words. So because of that, I was able to produce papers quickly. And because of that, I was able to write, because that lesson I will never forget. Don't just do it alone. Try to bring people up. As I was bringing people up, I didn't also know that I was also helping myself. So bringing them up, write papers, put their names, their bright. So I became a professor. So I just say everything had been ordained by God. But I also did my own bit. I didn't just fold my hands to say, God with you. As God was piloting me.
Well, let's talk about Magdine. African-American Magdine holds 3 of the 9 original patents for the IBM personal computer. He also co-created the ISA bus, allowed PCs to use external devices like printers and modems. He led the team that developed the first gigahertz microprocessor. His inventions made computers personal, affordable, and practical for everyday use. He later on championed diversity in tech and education. I love how he didn't just work on computers, but transformed them into tools that every household could access. Now, let's talk about Ellis, another African-American who was the first African-American to earn a PhD in computer science in 1969. He pioneered groupway and collaborative software technologies that led to Google Docs, Slack, and modern teamwork apps. He built his career as a staff at Xerox, PARC, Bell Labs, and MIT. Ellis advocated for diversity in tech and computer science education as well. My dear viewers, I want you to remember that every time you collaborate online today, whether you're editing documents or making video calls, remember always that we are walking in the footsteps of Clarence Ellis. Today, in many corners of our streets, we now have tech hubs flourishing. In fact, startups in AI, fintech, health tech, and education tech are emerging. So my dear tech brand Texas, I hope every time you rock that denim jacket and Blu-ray glasses, bear in mind that the African pioneers laid the groundwork for young innovators like you to rise today. So why not give them a shout out, celebrate them, do what you need to do to make them proud. Because the truth is, the history of computers is incomplete without Africa. Philip Emeagwali broke computing limits. Nikweno connected the continents. Madam Adenike taught a generation. Magdine redefined personal computers, and Clarence Ellis paved the way for digital collaboration. Their stories remind us that Africa has never been absent in global innovation. It has always been present, except that it's often unacknowledged. And so, as we look forward, we must remember that history is not just about the past, but about the foundation we build for tomorrow. Who knows? The next great tech pioneer may be watching this program right now, and someday soon we will be talking about you as a giant in innovation that you are. Well, That's the much we can take today. But until I come your way next time, do well to stay connected to us across the different social media platforms. Do you have a pioneer in computer that we didn't mention or talk about? You know what? Just mention them and we might talk about them next time. Bye for now. My name is Chinatsu Oji.